Hello and good morning, friends, from beautiful Charleston, South Carolina. Today is our day to go and explore. Everybody's getting loaded up in the van, and we'll bring you along for the different things that we check out today. We're hoping to go to downtown Charleston. We're going to go to a plantation to learn about that history a little bit more hands-on. We'll see what else comes up today. We've made it to the Boone Hall Plantation.
There's slave houses.
We're gonna spend the day, or the morning, learning about the history of this area. We already realized we were on the main road. This property actually goes several miles out to the road. There were farms on the way in that I showed. Those were all part of this Boone Hall. So we start out in guest hospitality. They assign you a time to do certain things to make sure that you get the most out of your experience here. And there's also just a map and lots of information. There's a lot to do here.
10 o'clock's your house tour.
We would like to do the enslaved thing.
Huh?
Or the enslavement.
There's a 9:40 talk.
Is that two?
Yeah, go straight over to cabins 1 and 2.
Oh, and we'll be able to do both.
Yes.
Stop. The boys are doing a scavenger hunt as they're here. Okay, these trees are amazing. We're gonna start our day at the slavery talk.
The big like
The
The view down that road is just epic. Slave dwellings.
17,000 acres, and they have 800 slaves. We were at the height 4,200 acres. We're 1,200 acres. We start out with these original slave cabins. 1895 to 1905, that's when they were constructed by the enslaved. The bricks were secondary bricks, because bricks was a big thing making them out here. They built it. They're 12 by 30, 360 square feet.
So we just listened to the slave talk, which was very informative. They grew cotton here and brick factory. At the height, they had 320 slaves. And then after the Civil War, about 150 stayed on to work here to make bricks, to build up Charleston. Sad history, but it is what this was built on. Now we're going to go on the house tour. We're going to come back and go through the different slave houses afterwards and learn about them.
Here's those tanks from getting through. See, if you didn't have it, they'd get inside the house, and at night when you lay to rest, they'd jump on your chest.
No filming inside, but very cool. Yeah, that's right.
well, in that other room there was fixes.
Question about the owners today. Well, there's only one owner left.
We'll drive us around.
So this current home is the fourth house that's been on this. One got destroyed by a fire, one a hurricane. The third one was a farmhouse, and then they tore down the farmhouse and built this beautiful house.
It's interesting, they talked about how on the plantation they also made lots of bricks, and that's why this area has all these bricks. They would make them out of the creek that's behind here, and had a big industry with their slaves and brick making.
This area, the water is too brackish to do rice, which other plantations do rice. So this one did bricks and cotton.
It's good food. The geese?
Yeah.
It's a big magnolia tree here.
Oh yeah. What a cool spot, you know.
Wait, if we built that in here.
So this house is 10,000 square feet, has 8 bedrooms, 7 bathrooms. They don't allow you to go upstairs because they said the insurance on going up the stairs would be way too much, but we did get to tour the downstairs. Pretty incredible. A big dining hall, a big sitting room. The doorways were 5 feet wide by really tall, just because people had big dresses. Very interesting history. Next, we're gonna go on this little tractor tour of the plantation and gardens.
Yeah, we love it. It's
Phones, wallets, keys, cameras, children, and spouses. If anyone's drinking out of glass bottles or metal water bottles, please be especially careful. It's one of the owners who had passed away. It's a mid-spring. Usually blooms right around Easter or Mother's Day. The green sign of the bench is the oldest tree on the property, right around 20 feet. The one to its left, the branch could be on the high side right now. When it's low tide, you see the pluck mud down in there. You can certainly smell it too. This is a man-made pond, and all the irrigation for our crops come from this pond. Actually, the second raft's got an alligator laid. But for each foot in length, an alligator has. It took them several years to get this place cleared of brush and trees. Small brickyard, producing a decent amount of bricks. When the Holocaust took over, they expanded the brick making up. People work in these cotton fields, sun up to sundown. It's 38 cents a pound to 3 cents a pound. So the cotton nuts we can get for the holidays, unless the squirrels get. Radio stations and news channels as previous sponsors. Plant about 18 acres each year with over 120.
Blueberries.
Here, which is really about the only
Muscadine
type
grape.
of grape we can. This season started with, we planted these peach trees shortly after he passed. These are right up underneath the charts. We can inject them. So right underneath, and they formed one big interlocking channel.
Thank you. Thank you.
So interesting. This place has gone through so many iterations over the years. So it's got the history of being the plantation. They grew cotton, they made bricks, slave labor. Then after the Civil War, indentured servants that were paid with money that could only be spent here, which is just, the prices were super high. It's actually really devastating that those people that had been mistreated for so long then were continued to be mistreated, even though they were sharecroppers here and they were given money, but the money was only able to be spent here, and then the prices were so high. So it just continued to be kind of a very tricky history here. But after that history, they had pecan trees, which have now pretty much all been killed off by hurricanes. They had peach trees that there was a flood that killed those off. They do have strawberries and blueberries and peaches. They are regrowing peaches, and they have tomatoes that they grow. They have a farm stand out at the road. We're kind of in between crops. Strawberries are going to start in a week or so. They're going to start harvesting those. But most of the crops go through the fall. They have fall festivals and things like that. So they have created a beautiful space here through these programs, but also for the community and the farming that they're doing now. But it has a very sad history of slave labor and very reverent feeling when you are over here by these slave houses. And right now we are on different tours that are timed out, but we will be going through those slave houses later to learn more about that when we have the free time to go through. These roses smell amazing. I don't know if I've ever seen such a big rose. This is like a rose tree, not a rose.
These are roses.
Oh, look at them. No, you're not going to take one. You can look at them. Look how beautiful this is. Look, you could take one off of the ground.
They're not white.
Nope, they're not.
No, they're not.
The owner of this plantation is an 84-year-old woman, and she does live somewhere on the property and will come and play the piano and just spend time here.
So she'll allowed to play the piano whenever she wants.
Yep.
She owns it. Even during tour?
Sure. Ooh, there's a holly plant. They explained the Spanish moss. For some reason, I thought that it just came into the trees, but it grows there. Look how it does not hurt any of these trees. At the height, this plantation had 320 slaves, and then after the Civil War had about 120 indentured servants. They said on the wall in the house there was a receipt for buying a slave, and it was equivalent today in $27,000. Smokehouse. This is the oldest existing structure at Boone Hall Plantation. It is where meat was cured and stored for year-round consumption. Very interesting. We're going to go watch a presentation. I think it's called the Gala presentation, and it's highly recommended. Oh, we got to get over there. Wow, look at this brick wall. It goes in and out. This is one of the most well thought out tours I've ever been on. They have it all timed out so you can get to each thing, and they tell you when you get here what order you should do things in based off of what time you arrive. It's very well done so that you can get to all the different presentations and things. So these slave houses here are in the original area. They are very nice compared to what the slaves would have lived in that were working out in the cotton fields and in the brick making. These were for the people that were skilled laborers and would work in the house and on things like masonry, blacksmith, things like that, would have lived in these bit nicer houses. I'm not sure what you actually call them. I should look that up. Are they houses? In each one of these is some little museum that we'll come back and look at.
Konnichiwa. Aloha. Shalom. Oh, I got to say Hamm. I have to say again. Benya kamya. Oh, benya kamya. Oh, benya kamya. What they're asking is, been here or come here? I am a Benya because I'm a native Charleston and my family goes back a long way here. In Massachusetts?
Yeah. It's going to be 50 by the weekend. It was 56 yesterday.
I don't think Mother Nature is pleased with me.
No, I think Mother Nature is very upset with us.
She said it so well.
Oh,
Some of the history here is
Are you all together?
unpleasant,
It's just like that.
but it needs to be told, needs to be passed on. We need to learn from our past, so that's why we're here, showing our children. Oh, there's a ladybug.
Oh, that's where they do the weddings. That's cool.
So back in the day, there were no roads out to this place. It was very isolated, and they would come and go by the river and the waters that are around here. So this is the dock house where people would have come to this property. This is also where they hold weddings now. The smell in here is incredible. It smells so good. Ooh, an oyster shell.
The two oysters. So they're different oysters.
Wonder if that's from their oyster.
Probably is from.
They have that oyster thing.
Kind of interesting to imagine that this is how they got in and out of here with all their slaves and all the goods.
Pecan tree. Or pecan. Down here it's pecan, nut requiring a stone to crack. In 1892, Major John Horlbeck began planting pecan seedlings at Boone Hall. He had over 15,000 pecan trees on 4,000 acres of land, making it one of the largest pecan orchards in the world. Pecan harvesting and processing at Boone Hall took place in October. First, workers hit the pecan trees with long poles, knocking at the branches until the nuts fell. A second crew then gathered the nuts on sheets. According to a 1913 article in the trade publication, the pecan orchards at Boone Hall were among the best in the country in height, spread, and symmetry. They have few equals among orchard pecans. Unfortunately, due to hurricanes and other problems, they have very few pecans here anymore, but they have planted a few new trees. So this was the commissary. The stables. I'm gonna go over to the Butterfly Cafe, which is a little gift shop and cafe. The boys were given a card for their good behavior in the tour to get an ice cream here. They turned it in. Oh, at that guy back at his.
Where is it?
4. Cabin 4. I just have to go get that thing.
It's like if they give you a business card. What's this, Everett?
Well, that was a nice little treat that all the kids got an ice cream for being well behaved. Now we get a little stable tour.
I just found this couple. This barn goes back to the 1930s. And horses haven't really lived back here for about 70 years, which is really smart because it keeps it clean and dry. Now the lady that owns these horses, she's using one of those rope bags. Secretary to the man, he still holds the world record. And he's not. And when Secretary died, you hold up the one to show you something. So this little lady's side saddle, y'all. This thing is over 150 years old. And look, which stirrup would you prefer? Nobody ever picks this one. Maybe for a bracelet or something, but isn't that crazy? So they say, well, ladies had really small feet back then.
Side of Anchorage.
I gotta go catch a horse.
My husband's born and raised. I moved there when I was.
You ran a horse.
Wow.
There's a horse.
So this horse barn, hun, was built in the 1930s.
Really?
The owner liked race horses.
Yeah.
So he brought a racehorse over from France, and it sired Secretariat.
Oh, okay.
Its grandson is Secretariat.
Wow.
So this barn has a history, and Secretariat's Triple Crown record has never been beat, and it has sired 3 other Triple Crown winners. So from the owner of this place, the guy that came from Canada. You gonna be a cowgirl? Wow, look at you climb. You need some help? Need some help? You're doing it, but you gotta go this way. There you go. There you go. Say yeehaw! 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 That one's mom? Yeehaw! Being here at Boone Hall, this place has so many layers of history. This current barn was in the 1930s. It's associated with the person that built the house that is currently here. And now the horses that are here are polo horses. Private owner, she just houses them here, but just kind of layers and layers of history.
American Bear is the one that's still alive. So, Dad.
These are the 4 Triple Crown winners. Old tractor shed. Oliver, Case, Deering, McCormick, and John Deere. Wow, look at this old, this is a very old table, too. A school table. This is that's the tractor. The visitor center here is the cotton gin originally, and they have a museum in here. I feel like looking at this at the end will make everything make more sense now that we've been to all the different bits and pieces. It'll just be like everything will fit together when we walk through the museum and the cotton gin. At least in my mind, it didn't make much sense when we first got here, but now that we've seen everything, it will make a lot more sense. They keep saying what a perfect day we got for this. It's not too hot.
I think I can turn it in.
Yeah, I think you can turn it in. Yep. The kids did a scavenger hunt. Just wait your turn. Just wait in line.
Number 4.
That's number 4. The house number 4?
Oh, yeah.
We're gonna go in just a minute. Hold on.
The trick is you can't reserve them, so if there's someone else there,
Lunch table.
no, you gotta flip to the next one or whatever, but
Violet loves these tractors. Okay, we had our little picnic lunch. Want to go check out the house, the slave houses before we leave. One thing that they mentioned that they currently have on the farm is a lot of beehives, so they sell their honey here. The decker bags in the car. We tried our boiled peanuts already. Salsas, pickled carrots.
Captain Bobby.
Peaches. Oh, they got some ciders.
Not out.
They made this right here as a sticker. Well, these are interesting. These are painted on oyster shells. Somebody painted.
It's lunchtime. I wash my hands with.
All right. Apparently, stickers are not a thing at many places, which makes it a little tricky when we want to do our.
I got this.
Oh, Everett got this for completing the scavenger hunt. And we'll just have to make our own sticker for Boone Hall. Lots of magnets, but no stickers. Yeah, Grandpa's 84th.
True.
Ready to go.
Not me. I want to go have a very nice look at the slave cabins.
This is the owner.
This tree here is giant. And these giant oaks, they planted 98 of them, and only 2 have been lost. 1 in a hurricane, 1 being struck by lightning.
Go buy stuff at Walmart.
I'm sorry, you said Walmart?
so I tell my son, you couldn't just go back and get stuff at Walmart, you know?
Not these. You're not going to find these
Well,
in the store.
you didn't.
You had to make everything.
Baskets and buckets.
Wow, this is cool.
We've got a little garden here that represents maybe what they would have grown to supplement their food as slaves. This is cotton, and then this is indigo. They told us that the life expectancy of somebody working with indigo, because of all the caustic things that they had to add to it, was 5 years. And that was the first crop that they were harvesting here, was indigo, until the Revolution, because their biggest buyer of indigo was Great Britain. And then when the Revolutionary War happened, that stopped, and then they had to move over to cotton. And once the cotton gin was created, then they were able to make that a profitable crop.
Slave quarters were the center of their family life. When the slaves were not working, this is where they would be. These specific cabins here at Boone Hall date back to the late 1700s and early 1800s, and have been maintained in very much the same condition as they would have been in the 19th century. What you're seeing here is how a slave cabin.
You would have been up there.
However,
That's
some
where you
of
would
these
have slept.
cabins would have had dividing walls separating it into 2 or 3 rooms. The survival of these cabins can be largely contributed to the fact that they were made out of scrap bricks from the brickyard.
It's kind of interesting image of the
Is how by the early 19th century, the slaves had taken on many ways of the Europeans. Understandably, this would have been inevitable, as by then many of the slaves were American born.
This goes up for some beer. They like make something.
Well, this is just made out of remnants. It's just made into an art piece.
Buttons. Look.
Brother, can I hold you? You want to get on my back?
13.
That's what I'm looking at. 67. 267 to 200.
201.
The 1883 Supreme Court ruled that Congress could not outlaw individual or business racial discrimination. Every attempt was made to prevent black men from voting, intimidation, and violence.
I'm so glad that we came early this morning because it has gotten really busy and we were able to just experience everything with barely any people around. Really, these cabins, they start with life of the slaves and move all the way to emancipation and then the civil rights movement and all the work that's still being done to reclaim their heritage. And what comes to my heart is just the fact that they were such a resilient people. They were going through the unimaginable, but they were able to retain their culture. They did their best to retain family units and just live a life that had meaning, even under really difficult circumstances. Violet bringing me back to all the different houses. She's exploring. One thing they pointed out to us was that it said anywhere between 40 and 80, they're not exactly sure, percent of the slaves that came to America came through South Carolina. And then to look at the total that came in or left and the total that actually got here, 298 left and 224 disembarked. How many died, jumped overboard, or starved on their way over from Africa? Good job going down those stairs.
In 1860, and the fact that the South had seceded from the Union fire here in Charleston at Fort Sumter. And on January 1st, 1863, Abraham Lincoln issued the Emancipation Proclamation, which freed all slaves within the rebellious states of the South.
Daddy?
His freedom, however, was dependent on a huge military victory.
Okay, friends, if you are like me and like a product that makes your life better, easier, all around just a smarter product, then you're gonna love today's sponsor, Surrey, as much as I do. Surrey has taken toothbrushes to the next level. Look how awesome this is, guys. It magnets to the wall. You put this little magnet here, and it's there for good. I even leave it there on travel days and it has never fallen down, so it's not gonna move anywhere in your bathroom. And look how clean our countertop gets to be when the toothbrush is up there. They last forever, like over a month on a single charge, which is fantastic. They come in lots of fun colors, which I think is a bonus, and a sterilizing travel case that will keep your toothbrush nice and clean, because we all know that our toothbrushes can get gross. The Surrey toothbrush gives me a great clean. It's soft on my gums, and I think it's just a great upgrade to the toothbrush game. To check out the Surrey toothbrush, go to the link down in the description below, or use this QR code here on the screen and use the code THIS15 for 15% off. So you can see for yourself why I think this toothbrush is such a game changer. Our campsite and the plantation we were at is in Mount Pleasant. So we were about 5 miles outside of the actual city of Charleston. So this is our first time, other than driving through to get here, that we're gonna be in Charleston. 5 miles, about 18 minutes. All right, they found a parking garage. It is loud in here. They are doing jackhammering. Wow, look at all these buildings, how they're connected like that, even though they're different. All morning we were told we need to try shrimp and grits. That it's different here in Charleston than anywhere else. I don't know. We got to figure out if we can find some that are easy to get. This is the Charleston City Market.
Yeah, I wanted to walk through this.
Beautiful sweetgrass baskets. Oh, Rainbow Row. We're gonna go see the Rainbow Row. I like it.
There's peanut butter cups to sunflowers.
Wow. Mmm. Shrimp and cheese grits. Combined grits package, water, salt, butter, bring to a boil. Not included. We do have shrimp in the freezer. We'll have to come back through here, so. Good night, Charleston. Hello, Charleston. Local baby Charleston. Charleston Shoe Company. Oh, they're all so colorful and fun. Machine washable shoes. Charleston Hat Man. Ooh, I like these fun bright dresses. Oh man, these are so cute. These little dresses. They look like that little dress Violet. So adorable. That looks like that birthday dress Violet was sent. Beautiful church at the end of the street there. A lot of horse tours going by. The boys were told at the carriage house at Boone Hall that the horses get a beer at the end of the day.
So they can't, because
so that it helps them sweat.
Yeah.
Hand-painted Easter eggs. Wow. Something for everyone and so many talented people. Just keeps going and going and going. And they like painted the outline. Oh, these are so good.
So if you want to take it to the next level, we got to figure out how to paint the eye. So like right here, these black ones, and you get the yellow eye. Yeah, your dad how to do that.
You need to take notes on how good these are. Wow.
Make it look that way for like 5. It takes them like 5 hours to make one of them.
Yeah. These are all really pretty. Wow, that is a fancy.
What is that? That's the United States Customs total if you're illegal.
That was fun.
You can order that.
So this is the French Quarter in Charleston.
So they're gonna be like power-up boxes, like 3 in a row?
The interesting thing about going through that market is so many amazing artists. Most of the art was of Charleston, but just in such different ways, different color palettes, different mediums, but all of the same subject. It's fun to see how different people interpret it. These alleyways are so cool with the cobblestone. There's a church at the end. And this is Magnolia's uptown, down south. dining. Oh, it looks like a very nice restaurant.
Down here, this is interesting. Kind of old building. No, not, we're almost there.
I do like it though. Look how different each building is, even though they're built like so close to each other. Wow. Look how different these ones are over here too. Oh gosh, that scared me. There's a skeletons down in there. I think that's for the dungeon tour. The tavern from 1686. Rainbow Row.
Are these houses?
Yep. Probably some businesses. East Bay Street Rainbow Row represents the longest cluster of intact Georgian row houses in the United States. The earliest structures on this portion of East Bay Street between Trad and Elliott Street were built in 1680. Wow.
If the sun was coming down, it would be.
Wow, look at these cool little courtyards in there.
If the sun was coming down like this way,
Have these, many of them still have these little gas-powered lanterns. They're so cool. Love the sky blue with the blue shutters. And then they'll paint.
this door would be cool.
Yeah, it's so pretty. They did an amazing job on those flowers on the sides. This looks so regal.
What?
Just looks regal and nice. That building up there says 1806. These old cobblestone roads. The walled city of Charlestown. So they used to have like a drawbridge and a...
For a fort, like a protected area then, huh?
1711. Look at how different each of these is, you guys.
We found the model. Oh, this one's terrible driving.
This is so bumpy.
Oh, you know what? This would be fun to bike on. No bicycles.
No bicycles. And look at their garages. Some of them have these garage doors. And look at the lamps, Dad. They are like actual flames.
Bikes that they kind of make specially for it. My bike was named the Roubaix because it's got that front shock thing in it. You like the Brewer France bikes not have that?
So much character and so much history. 1670. The Preservation Society of Charleston Award 2015. 1670. Wow. Looks like bamboo. We're gonna walk down the Waterfront Park.
Red what?
Okay, so Fort Sumter is out there. You can only get to it by a boat. That's where the first shots of the Civil War occurred.
Between the Union and
Between
Confederate forces there. Yeah. Interesting. I can see why it would be a really good spot to protect Charleston here. Like right in the harbor. Any boat that came in would be, you know, a target there to be able to protect that. Huh.
we considered going out there, but we've been to 2 forts already, and you have to take a ferry out there, and it was quite expensive. We just figured there might be other things to experience here since we already did 2 forts, but it would be awesome. These little row houses are they just have so much character, and they're all so different.
I wonder how old they are too. They're probably hundreds of years old.
Yeah, for sure. The other thing we considered was going out to the battleship out there, but I'm not sure that's going to happen either. It's already 3:30 in the afternoon, and kids have been very well behaved, but you can only do so many activities in one day before we start to lose focus and interest. Okay, we were wrong. The fort is actually a bit further out in the harbor. Okay, so there are pineapples all around, and we are reading about it. It says in South Carolina, the pineapple is an iconic symbol of Southern hospitality, wealth, and safe harbors, deeply rooted in colonial history. Historically, sea captains returning from the Caribbean would place a pineapple outside their home to signal their safe return and invite neighbors for a visit. So they would place a pineapple out in front of their home when they would come back from a sea voyage to invite people to come say, I'm back safe, come and visit. So that is the symbol of the pineapple.
Where would they get it? Like in the Caribbean?
Yeah, but from coming back from the Caribbean on their ships.
It says wade at your own risk. Can you like wade in the water?
You can. Just showing you that sign because I'm sure my children, at least one of them, will end up in the water, and it is allowed here in the fountains. Wade at your own risk. You are. Yes.
How far
You
in?
are allowed to get in and walk around.
Why not?
You are? Most fountains you're not allowed to. Go in the one that you are.
Is it cold?
Hey, that's at the... Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay, they have a whole list of rules for wading in the fountains, but it is allowed. You know, they don't want you to be causing problems, but very fun.
It's called the Philadelphia Alleyway.
Philadelphia Alleyway. All right.
I don't like alleys. It's a beautiful one.
It's pretty.
Who ever tell me questions?
1670?
I know, it's hard to believe. 1670. I feel like I've taken a step back in time here. Does this fence have a...
Right here, it talks about it here.
Oh, we're at the church, huh? St. Philip's Church. I wonder how old that dry goods and notions thing up there is.
I wonder.
All right. 4:20. We made it back to the parking garage. Charleston Fire Department. Even driving this van through these streets is tricky, so this is why we have the vehicle that can fit everybody and come explore and keep our fifth wheel out of town. I've seen several of this grocery store called Harris Teeter. I've never seen those before anywhere else. It's the first. I've seen 3 of them today. Hey, there's Lawrence Street. We're gonna have a quick dinner at Chipotle so that we can get back to camp. It's moving day tomorrow, so we're going for an easier evening since we're all pretty tired from our day of exploring. Chipotle is not a restaurant we have in Alaska, and we have a gift card, so we're going for it. You want some beans and rice?
You got your own food. Oh, this is for Violet! Right here! Here you go, here's your... Yummy!
That's a good deal.
How much was that?
$5.
Okay. Ooh, yummy.
Oh, and
I got it.
this is her sour cream.
I was gonna dip mine.
You're gonna like shake it up.
She loves sour cream.
Did you have a good time today? Where'd we go? The farm?
She wants to go to the park.
The park!
Why's he going to the thrift store?
Everett made a cake this morning, so he's putting some
Chocolate?
frosting on it. Wow. And Violet wants to go to the park. And the big boys want to go fishing. Just like come home and they're still ready to go do more things. Bennett is determined to catch a bass.
I had one
Put it on here, Bennett.
Bennett, look at this. Put it on here.
Violet needed time at the park after all the excursions today. She did so well, but you know, she gets a little bit tired of doing things she doesn't understand. So the park and sand, she understands, and she likes to have time here every day when available. So I'm enjoying the sunset. I wish they were fishing over here so I could watch them. Just can't be everywhere at once. Hey.
Tom? And the fight.
3, 2, 1, go!
Oh no!
Well, we tried to come see the boys fishing. They're over there, but Violet just wants to go to the park. So I'm gonna take her back to the park. This is nice. Oh wow, this is so nice. Watching the sunset from a swing. Well friends, today was great. Charleston was awesome. We loved the beach and we loved just learning and seeing all the old things.
No kids ride?
But
3 rides.
tomorrow is a moving day. And in order for moving days to go smoothly, we have to do a bunch of stuff the night before. Ooh, now that includes deflating these. You gotta take it down.
Of course they have Xbox.
I know it's dark, but it's always so sad when we've put everything away for travel day.
We're gonna play
Although, we're not done for the evening. The boys want to go try and play mini golf at the place right outside of this, so with our parking pass we get 2 free games. We're gonna go take advantage of that. Hunter's staying and watching Violet. Mark's gonna go run some errands and he needs to gas up the truck. Never a dull moment.
We're driving and there's a ton of deer on the...
Oh, they ran into the woods.
There's some down there.
That was a lot.
There's probably 8.
Our campground is right there. And this mini golf place, fun center, is right here. If it was daytime, we could have walked.
That's a cool sticker.
We need to put a This Alaska Life sticker.
That's a cool sticker.
That is a cool Patagonia sticker.
Patagonia, but it's a...
A
Are you putting one?
I don't have one.
Hey. Oh yeah, there is. I've had some.
don't give her soft tap.
Thinking about a two-hitter.
Almost. That's okay. So Bennett has seen so many mini golf things along the way. Every time he's like, we're gonna play mini golf. And since this one was literally like a 2-minute drive,
It's free.
and we got 2 free games, this was our opportunity. You got 3, Westy?
I got a 3.
Good job. I'm winning right now. We'll see if I can keep my win or my lead. Oh no, Bennett's finding his groove. He just had 2 2s in a row, and I had 2 3s in a row. You got another 2, Weston? 2 again? Hold on, I gotta write down scores. It's a little bit tricky because there's a bunch of shadows out here, so you like get a little bit off. Oh, that was close.
They like float.
This one has a little water feature.
The balls float instead of sink. They're not real golf balls, man.
Weston has had 2 2s in a row, so he's finding his stride. Oh, 3 2s in a row, so he's finding his stride. Okay. Ooh, nice.
Could you?
Go-karting sounds fun.
Go-karting does sound fun. Okay, we're at the final hole, and then we'll add up the scores.
Yes! 5 points.
You ready?
Do hard mode. 4.
All right, the kids disappeared. But I'm adding up the scores right now. Bennett's in the lead with 61 and Weston had 70. I think it's gonna be close because Bennett and I were kind of doing the same things. I won! Everett chose not to keep score. I won with 57. Bennett got 61 and Weston got 70. Good to know I can still beat him at something because that kid is good at everything. All the boys are good at everything. Oh my goodness. Okay. Let's get home. Get to bed. Well, friends, we had an amazing time here in South Carolina. I can hardly believe that it just like, it's gone. The time just flies by and I can hardly believe it. Tomorrow's travel day. We're exhausted. Stayed up late doing some work, getting videos out for all of you. It's fun, it's exciting, but it keeps us really, really busy between schoolwork, getting videos out, and just being parents, taking care of everybody, making sure everybody's safe and sound. There's always something to do. We love you. We're grateful for you, and we'll see you again real soon for more of This Alaska Life. Life on the road. North Carolina, here we come.